Hey guys, it's your boy Mark back with another video. Of course, you know what this is. I reviewed the first two. I watched and reviewed the first two tonight as well. I'm here to give you my thoughts on the 2021 final film in this trilogy, Fear Street Part 3, 1666. Now, of course, we're going back to the very beginning of, when this whole story takes place chronologically. And wow, it's a journey. Um, so what do I think of Fear Street Part 3, 1666? I gotta let you guys know that I forgot to mention it in the first two reviews, but of course this trilogy is based off of I've never heard of these books personally, based off R.L. Stein's Fear Street series, I believe. It's based off R.L. Stein's books, of course. I don't know if they're called Fear Street as well. I assume they would be, but then again, Game of Thrones was based off A Song of Ice and Fire, so you know what I'm getting at here. The man behind Goosebumps, the legendary horror series, mate. Which I've never read, Although I did see this cool ass book set at Scholastic Book Club back in 2009 that I would have loved to have had. But it's alright. Wow, this is the finale to this trilogy, man. I watched all three of these in a row. Back to back to back. Yo. So, this was divided into two halves. This is like half a movie in the first half of this, and there's like a whole nother half. You know what I mean? And I won't lie. When this film started, I wasn't into the first half that much. When like during the first like 30 minutes, I was like, wow, I'm so not into this. I was like, I'm so not into this, and I'm not enjoying this at all. And then I was imagining myself doing this review, like, you know what, man, the part one was amazing, but man, parts 2 and 3 were just bleh. Because you guys know I wasn't the biggest fan of the 1978 part. Okay, I just wasn't. But this, on the other hand, again, I thought I was going to be like, man, this was even worse than 78. But man, the end of the first half of this movie had such a huge, insanely shocking plot twist. I was like, my jaw was dropped. I was like, holy shit. Oh my god. And that's the thing about plot twists, ain't it? Like, no matter how shocking they are, they make perfect sense. And the twist just had my jaw hanging, like on Family Guy when Brian that funny gif or whatever of Brian's jaw dropping. That's what the twist that like at the end of the first half of this movie got me. Like, I was like, holy shit. I was upset about being spoiled the identity of C. I forgot her last name already. In part 2, but man, as shocked as I imagine I would have been for that reveal, it wouldn't have been anywhere near how shocked I was, in a good way, with the twist at the end of the first half of this film. Yo. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. And then the rest of the film after that was just on fire. In fact, this whole film was on fire. Like, again, like I said, I wasn't into this film during like the first half hour. But then, when shit really started getting going, and I was looking back at everything that happened, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, yo, it all fits perfectly. It all makes sense. And then, oh my gosh, like, this was such a satisfying conclusion, man. Try my best not to spoil anything, but man, this was like the most satisfying conclusion you could have gotten. You get more of those Sunnyvale assholes, and oh my gosh. Spoil. Should I talk? Should I mention this? Man, this was like, I saw a comment like recently, not like recently, but this was like a few months ago, talking about Game of Thrones. Spoiler alert for Game of Thrones season 4, episode 2, by the way, when Joffrey dies, when he gets killed, gets what he deserves on that show. I saw a comment saying how, honestly, Joffrey was an amazing villain, and this guy just commented saying, like, man, we love villains nowadays, and have you noticed, like, that's true. I mean, we love Thanos, we love Darth Vader, we love Loki, you know, we love those villains. And he was talking about, well, we're supposed to hate villains. That's true, we're supposed to hate villains. Even though I do love loving villains, but we're supposed to hate them. And that comment was talking about how much we hated, like, Joffrey. Like, how often do we truly, absolutely hate a villain? Who the bloody heck didn't hate that piece of crap Joffrey, man, in Game of Thrones? Frickin' George Martin, man. George R.R. Martin. He got people happy that a teenager was murdered. He made grown adults happy that a teenager was murdered. And that's like, yo, oh my gosh, you know? Oh, man. This, man, it was like, this, I feel like Fear Street with the frickin' asshole wankers of Sunnyvale. These were like the most legitimately hated villains to me that I think I've seen in a long time, man. I hated these motherfuckers so much. Man, I just wanted to mention that, like, satisfying ending, amazing twist, and you know what? This whole trilogy, I don't think I almost forgot. I think it was still kind of lingering in my mind, I think. But, you guys know my favorite book, Dune. You know, I still haven't seen the 2021 movie. Hopefully I will when it releases in cinemas, next month. But, about Dune, that book is actually divided into 3 parts. Book 1 being Dune, Book 2 being Muad'Dib, Book 3 being The Prophet. It's literally called, they're more like parts than, you know, like actually being separate books. You know, I'm not talking about Book 2 like Dune Messiah or Book 3 Children of Dune. I'm talking about like just the first Dune book in itself. It's into 3 parts, and Fear Street, the trilogy, actually reminded me of the first Dune book. Like, I thought part 1 was amazing. I thought book 1 of Dune was amazing. That was a masterpiece. It blew me away. Book 2, The Prophet. I mean, not The Prophet. Book 2, Muad'Dib, sorry. This, by far the weakest chapter to me. By far the weakest part of the Dune book to me, no doubt. Book 3, The Prophet, though, just got me in all my emotions, man. Like, by far, that was... It actually topped book one for me. Like, they saved all the best parts for the finale of Dune, the book, man. And that's honestly how I feel about the Fear Street Trilogy. How I feel about the Fear Street Trilogy is like exactly how I feel about the Dune books. Like, I'm not the Dune book, sorry. Dune, the first Dune book. You know, and the three book parts in just the first Dune book. That's what the Fear Street Trilogy makes me think of. Yes, I thought this was even better than 1994. Again, I'm shocked because, wow, that Fear Street 1994 literally just became my second best movie of the year so far. And now, book part 3 is now my second best, and now, Fair Street Part 1 is now my third best film of 2021. Yo! Oh my god. One for me is still Suicide Squad, but that's because I love James Gunn, alright? And I love that James Gunn style, and I just love that film so much. It's funny, again, funny how in the Suicide Squad, I wasn't really enjoying it that much the first time I saw it, and then I watched it again and loved it. And then when I was watching during the first half hour of Fear Street Part 3, 1666, it was like, I'm not enjoying this at all. And then when shit started getting going, I looked back on the first half hour like, yo! And the rest of the movie was a masterpiece. Such a satisfying conclusion. So many amazing moments in Part 3. It was the bomb, man. It was incredible. Incredible. And, yeah. 10 out of 10. Yeah, I'm saying that. My second best film of 2021. Yo, it actually topped Fair Street Part 1 for me. Yo. Anyway. That's my thoughts. I'm very satisfied with how this turned out, honestly. Watched all for the first time. Reviewed all 3 of them. Just now. Thank you guys for watching my thoughts on the Fear Street Trilogy. I'm very satisfied with how this turned out. And, yo. That was excellent. Parts 1 and 3. Just the bomb, man. Excellent. Excellent. Now, yeah, I wonder if this will be an annual thing from now on. I don't know if there are more Fear Street books, but, maybe we can get trilogies of movies, like, every year. How amazing would that be for Netflix, man? I mean, trilogies, like, up posted to Netflix, you know what I mean? Not like, whatever I was talking about, but yeah. That's you. I'm your boy, Mark Sanders. Gave you my review of all 3 in one night. I might do more videos today still, but yeah. That's my thoughts, y'all. Peace out, y'all. Good night. Yep. Alright, yeah.